It doesn't look right. It doesn't feel right. I feel like I've got all the screen space missing.
There's been a lot of new monitor trends. The LG Ergo Dual was kind of fun. We've got the QD OLED stuff coming out. We've got mini LED finally hitting its stride. But I'm a sucker for weird resolutions. I don't want your 32:9 ultra wide. I want this thing, which is, I don't even know, it's 16 by 18. So it's the LG DualUp monitor, Ergo. It's using a similar stand as the LG Ergo Dual, except this time there's only one display. But it's two 1440p monitors basically stacked together, but it's a single panel. So it's an editor's dream. So this is a huge box. We've got cables. This is an Allen key or also a Phillips on one end. Power brick stuff.
That's a big power brick.
This is this is actually pretty beefy. Here it is. Okay. Yeah, this thing is heavy. Oh my God, here it is. What is this thing?
It's the Twitter monitor.
The Twitter monitor. Yeah, no, for real though. This is great for like any kind of doom scrolling. Like if you just sit in your bed, or not even in your bed, but if you sit in your chair like I do near the end of the night where you're kind of like this and you're just scrolling forever. I'm right-handed, but I'm kind of busy. We're not going wide anymore. We're going tall. This guy is on like you can move this up and down, and then you can fine tune here on the rubber with this. So it's probably somewhere around there. So this thing can actually fit quite a few desks. Anyway, the real star of our show is this amazing panel. I still can't get over this thing. I love it. Yeah, honestly, maybe I'll add a third monitor to my desk and it'll be this guy. It just clips in the same way most, not all, but a lot of monitors do with the two clips on the top. We've got a USB upstream, we've got USB-A, we've got DP in, USB-B, two HDMI ports, DC, and headphones. So pretty standard for most monitors these days. So this thing's pretty great. On the stand, you've got a lot of movement, a ton of rotation. It can go like all the way over here if you want, and then you can kind of center it back into your desk. And then on top of that, there's just a ton of play. Like we can tilt and we can pan and we can swivel, or the opposite, sorry. Oh, wow, can you just, oh my God.
Wow.
So if you really, if you really don't want to go tall, but you still want a weird aspect ratio, you can do it. You can go wide.
18 by 6.
18 by 16. We're gonna go with the way LG intended. So I'm gonna use these new LTT cable ties. We made new packaging, look super eco-friendly. These are really nice. I love the color. And the foam feels better. Like it feels softer, but like still sturdy. I'm gonna plug this in. I'm gonna cable manage ever so slightly with our LTT cable tie. So this is a really nice feature. So for example, Andy, get this. If you look down, so look, my power brick is just hanging here, right? And that's not good. So what they've got is they've got these barrel plug extensions. So you can actually go out of here, into here,
Wow.
into here, and then once this is fed through properly, look at that. It's flat now with all this extra slack. I have had way too many power bars, not necessarily resting the way they're supposed to, simply because I don't have enough length. And then this goes on top. It's a little finicky sometimes, but it's not too bad, yeah.
Ooh, that looks so good.
It does, hey? Yeah, I know. Oh my God, it has speakers and it makes a cool chime when you plug it in. I didn't even turn it on, I just plugged it in. This thing's great. Okay, before we do actually power it on and take a look at it though, we're gonna give you a quick word from our sponsor, Seasonic. Seasonic's Focus Plus 750 watt gold power supply is a good choice for mid-range systems at a great price. It features an 80+ gold rating, so you get 90% power efficiency at 50% system load. It's fully modular and features hybrid fan management to control overall fan noise and fluid dynamic fan bearings. It comes with a 10-year warranty. That's how confident Seasonic is. Learn more about them at seasonic.com or through the links we'll have below. Okay, so we've noticed something kind of weird, and it's definitely not our cable, and it's definitely not our computer. Our monitor is an engineering sample, and stuff can happen in shipping, and even non-engineering samples, you always get some rate of RMAs. There's a weird, like, pixel flickering or something going along the entire panel. We don't know what's causing it. It's gotta be the panel because it's not any of our hardware. but it's pretty minor and it's hard to see on camera, so we're gonna keep going. The rest of the panel works just fine. Got our LG SD QHD. It's running at 2560 by 2880. 60 hertz, but I think it can do more than that. Oh, maybe it is only 60. It's a work panel. It's not for gaming. Do you like it, Jonathan? Is it great?
I didn't bring my Mac. There's a USB-C port. Let me go get my MacBook.
So in terms of like creating stuff, it's not a bad panel. It's got HDR10, which is mediocre. Hits about 300 nits of brightness. It can cover like 98 or 99% of the DCI-P3 color gamut. Nothing else is super.
Oh, there's so much more super stuff we need to look into.
Okay, so I know we literally just said there's some weird flickering or something going on. Maybe the panel just had to warm up. I don't know. It stopped doing it. Jono hit the monitor a few times.
Because it's not a high DPI screen, this is for Mac users now, you can't run it on high DPI, so you can only run it if you want native scaling to look decent. Oh, it's HDR. Look at the space between that.
Yeah, look at all that.
It's like an iPad.
Yeah,
cool.
This is actually, I wouldn't want this for music because I want to go wider than this. Like, don't get me wrong, it is nice being able to have that many tracks up, but I do want a bit more distance sometimes so I can see the rest of the song and whatnot. So with game development, if you take an engine like Unity or something, or Unreal Engine 4 or 5, you can move all of this stuff. So you can change everything constantly. If you need a big like asset window here, and then your scene window here, and then like, I don't know, your game objects and stuff there, and then your inspector window over here, this is great. See, this guy might like it, because you can turn it, hey, you can turn it sideways.
This monitor might be better sideways. Okay, I have to now,
You think so?
that's better. I think that's better. With an aspect ratio this square, having this honker bezel on one end, I think is not
Distracting?
great.
Yeah.
Because this screen really works well in either orientation, and this just kind of implies like you're doing it wrong. So you can really make them thick, and you can have like really thick audio now. Well, and then I could bring this down.
What if you were editing a vertically shot video though? Huh?
Oh.
Like a YouTube short or something, right?
That's a good point. You could have your preview monitor on a 16 by 9
Totally,
screen here,
yes, yeah.
and then
Do all
the
of your
bottom
editing on
half,
this.
Yeah, and then the bottom half is just timeline, top half media.
Yeah.
Nice.
There's no mention of like a factory calibration in terms of color accuracy, but if it does that much of the color space, you can tune it yourself and probably get it pretty close. It looks fine. I actually really like this. I mean, obviously this is a terrible situation because we've got these giant black bars. It looks like we can't do two videos of the same size, like top and bottom, to do two 1440p videos basically. But I mean, that is partly just because of YouTube. If we had like VLC or something going up with two full videos, you could probably stretch it so that it basically does two full 1440p images. Yeah, this thing looks awesome. It's like the ultimate Instagram Reels or like YouTube Shorts content consumption monitor. All right, let's try a game on this thing. Oh, check it out, native, 2560 by 2880. 8:9. I like how it centers Doom Guy so well. It's like a portrait. Like, I don't know, it's just silly. Okay, let's try it. It doesn't look right. It doesn't feel right. I feel like I've got all the screen space missing. It's great if you like, you know, work in an office and you have to do Photoshop stuff or whatever. But like, for gaming, no, this is bad. I think this will feel a lot better because like, it's not portrait anymore. Who needs 4:3 when you've got 8:9? Okay, I still don't like it, but
It's better.
it's better. It's better. It doesn't feel as good as CRTs, but it reminds me of how they look. For viewing content, yes. For playing games, God no, this is terrible. I think that it has a lot of purposes and use cases. Gaming isn't necessarily its strong suit, but you're not stuck not gaming. I mean, you saw Doom handle a 16 by 18 aspect ratio, no problem, actually. Yeah, this would actually be great for something like Civilization or another 4X game. RTS, maybe, actually. Could be good for RTSs. Anything where you need like a lot of screen space and you don't necessarily care about going wide at all. So this is the LG DualUp. Pretty much everyone who's walked by while we were filming wants this thing. They all, you know, not everyone's like, oh, this is the best monitor I've ever seen, but it's interesting to basically everyone, and everyone had a different kind of use case that they wanted it for, which is pretty interesting as well. If you enjoyed this video, check out some of our other short circuits. Oh, we did a tablet PC. So hey, if you like this aspect ratio, check that thing out, because it's basically a tablet. I love it. Put it on my desk.